I'm looking for you now. You cannot teach creativity.
It's stressful. If this makeup came out on the set, it would have to go back.
I think I've done enough. I want to be an icon in the makeup world.
It's a work of art.
Really impressive.
I just want to look at it forever.
Finding the next makeup star. BBC Three's Glow Up, streaming now on BBC iPlayer.
Some strong and racist language and content now on BBC One. From BBC Three, Leanne is part of a hugely successful girl band, so why did she feel different to the others?
I'm very excited because joining me right now is Leanne from Little Mix.
They've sold over 45 million records worldwide.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of the most successful girl bands in the whole wide world.
Nearly 10 years ago, my pop star dream became a reality. And since that moment, I've not stopped. I love it. I'm so grateful for this crazy roller coaster ride. But sometimes, I felt I was being treated differently to my bandmates because of the colour of my skin.
For so many years, people always look at us as less.
Down, no matter what you're going through.
It's something I wanted to speak about for a long time, but I didn't think anyone was listening.
Why do I feel like invisible? And for so long, people would say to me, it's in your head. We have been in a bubble, I think. Now that's kind of like burst.
I want to find out what I can do to fight the racism and prejudice I see around me.
It is always predominantly white. Always.
To understand how the world discriminates against dark-skinned black women.
If I was some shades darker, would I be sat here right now?
And look at how my industry treats other black artists.
They told me and said, we've got one black person, we can't have another.
Taking the fight right to the top of the music business.
I don't want it to just be a conversation. I don't want it to just be a black square.
Some people aren't ready to this conversation. There's a problem, let's address it. Let's all address it together. So today we are shooting for the new album.
I love fashion, I love clothes. The girls always say that this life was made for me. They think I'm bougie, but I'm really not.
Oh, that's so good, I think I'm here.
To be fair, I've always wanted that pop star life.
What did you do with your tongue?
Stuck out.
I'm not very cool with your tongue.
You're really good with your tongue. I always see you stick it.
When we first got together, us girls, we were like best friends instantly.
Liam, what are we doing today? We are here shooting for our brand new campaign.
We have so much fun, and just like the magic when we sing together is just, it's something else. I always wanted that pop star life. As a child, the only time I ever experienced racism was one time at primary school. A boy handed me a note that just said, name Leanne and age 9, from the jungle. It's just, it's something else. I was devastated. I'd never been made to feel like I didn't belong before. It turned out I wouldn't be made to feel like that again. As a child, the only time I ever experienced racism was one time at primary school. The boy handed me a note that just said, name Leanne and age 9, from the jungle. It took I was devastated. I never been made to feel like I didn't belong. Then there was other stuff that started to happen, which made me feel different again. We did a radio tour. We got off the plane, and there were some fans standing waiting for us. And I was the first to kind of walk up to them, and they just walked past me and went to the other girls. Like, it was so weird.
It was never like someone racially abusing me.
We have 3 mega fans.
It's just like little things that happen regularly.
So, right, first, which member of Little Mix are you most like?
I'm all like Terry, Jade. I see Jessie. She's got a really cool, like, an edgy style.
It's fun.
Girl.
Okay.
All of these little feelings, if you can imagine, they just built up. And it was something that I could never fully explain. And you can't pretend like it's not happening. Feeling invisible, feeling like people will just look past me. For the next decade, I was in a pop bubble with all the success I'd ever dreamt of. It's been back-to-back albums, tours, awards, and video shoots.
Mermaid coming through! Oh my god, this is insane! Oh my god!
Rock and Rolling Rory invited
I'm
you
in.
all to come and join me on my first ever Rory TV broadcast show this Saturday between 1 and
In March 2020, we flew to Brazil to do a show.
Where are we, Claude?
Sao Paulo.
So we landed, and from that moment it was the crowd was going mad for me, and I was like, what? Like, I've never seen or heard anything like it. There was so many black people in our audience, and I have never felt that love. I have never felt so accepted. After that, I saw that maybe race did have a part to play in how I was feeling. Now I've got so many questions I was too scared to ask before.
I think I drink too much. No, I think too much.
The pandemic has forced us to cancel our tour dates, so I've now got the time I need to start really looking at my identity and the world around me. My parents are my rock, and over the years, they're the only people I felt I could talk to about how I was feeling.
You're right. Good, nice shirt.
Thank you.
I was hate that.
I haven't seen any of these pictures. My mum is half Bayesian and my dad's half Jamaican. Both their dads arrived here in the 60s, and as a family, we're really proud of our Caribbean heritage.
Come on, Grandad.
Then would have got stick both of our dads for being with white women.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't have gone down well at all.
So you're both mixed race. I mean, did you say you identify as black?
I'm black as far as I'm concerned. We grew up in a black culture, so therefore we listen to black music, we cook West Indian food. That was a culture at home, it was a West Indian house.
This is my thing, so like, when people say things, I'll be a mixed race. And it's like, but I've always said that I do identify as black. Like, I don't really bother saying mixed race.
Because even if you're mixed race, you're not white, you will suffer from racism. So
I mean, you do identify as that?
you don't like to be
I
identified.
like to identify myself as John Phillip. That's who I am.
That's what you've done growing up as well, like you haven't let your colour define you.
Yes.
You never let us think that anything was going to hold us back.
No.
Yes, we knew there was racism. We knew that we were living amongst racist people. But it was almost simple. There's nothing we can do about that. We just have to get on.
So when I came to you guys crying, upset, because I felt lost, invisible, what was your initial thought? Like,
At the time, I thought to myself, Leanne, toughen up, get yourself together. You're in a good position, get on with it, don't moan about it. But now I realise life is not having loads of money or this and that. If you're not feeling right with yourself, you're not going to feel right, are you?
yeah, you would all say that to me. You'd be like, look where you are, you're still earning the same money, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I... Oh, God, I'm going to get upset.
Oh, don't cry, Leanne.
Come on, now.
Come on, yeah. Oh, come on.
I was carrying a lot, like, never ever feeling good enough. And I feel like it ruined a lot of my experience. It should have been the best time of my life.
Yeah.
It's just fucking frustrating.
I know. It is for us. It's hard, but it's hard for us to make you realise it's not because you know that you're not as good as them, because you are. Which is sad, really. But
yeah, but this is
we
what our
accepted
parents
it.
would have
Yeah.
said, yeah, oh, just get on with it, stop being silly. So we're doing the same thing, but I can see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But what's difficult would be, what could we have said to have made you feel better?
Yeah.
Exactly. I think when we figured out what it was, that probably just made me feel worse because I was like, oh great, now what? Like, what do I do now? Well, I can't hide the fact that I'm black. Like, and my situation is minuscule compared to what is actually going on in this world, like to black people.
But you can use your voice and your experiences to help other people and to let other people know that, you know, things are going to change.
Yeah.
Right. See you guys.
Yeah.
Alright, love you.
In the US, there's been violence between police and protesters in Minneapolis following the death of George Floyd, a black man who was filmed lying in the street, struggling to breathe, with a police officer's knee on his neck.
Oh, Jesus. Cell phone video of the arrest shows him handcuffed and pleading for air.
Being a black person and watching that, and knowing like that could be my son, my daughter, it's like a rage inside.
I feel like I am in quite a unique position. Being a black girl in the pop industry with predominantly white fan base, I do feel like I have a responsibility to speak out. I can use my voice to try and do something.
Hi everyone. Firstly, I just want to send my condolences to George Floyd's family and all the other families that have lost someone due to police brutality and racism. There comes a point in every black human's life, no matter how much money you have or what you have achieved, you realise racism does not exclude you. You learn to understand you can't be seen to be too loud or too opinionated, otherwise you're deemed a diva or aggressive. Our reality is no matter how far you think you have come, racism exists. It exists in sports, in the creative industries, in politics and policies, in the streets and in the hearts of racist individuals. We are no longer in a position where we need to be quiet on this matter. Thank you.
the time to speak up properly about it and not really hold back. But if you read enough comments, you see people say that you should just shut up about it, you know what I mean? And be happy with how far you've come. Like, your country or the world can't be racist because where you are now, so she knows that she's going to get backlash off this and whatever. That's just the world we live in.
Something like this, speaking about race, I get scared. Am I going to say the wrong thing? Am I going to offend someone? But it's like, yeah, I probably will say the wrong thing. Like, I'm human. I'm still on this journey. I'm still learning myself. Like, but I'd rather say something, say it maybe not entirely right, than say nothing. It doesn't matter if you're a pop star or a professional footballer like Andre.
Hello!
The world is waking up and we're determined to be a part of it.
I've never been to a protest before. I'm not putting the bandana on. Why not? Andre wants me to match him. So shit. You think we was already married, don't you? Jesus. I reckon there's probably, well, thousands. Yeah.
Nobody has really wanted to speak about race in the pop bubble I've been living in.
Okay.
I want to hear what others think I can do to actively help this fight.
So you guys know that I'm in Little Mix. How do you think I need to use my platform?
You have to come and support. You need to be on the streets.
Yeah.
You need to be doing everything that you can. This isn't just about you.
Yeah. Education is key. Yeah. You need to find that information. Don't wait for it to come to you. You use the tools you have, the people around you, to read what you need to read, to watch what you need to watch, listen out what you need to listen to.
Yeah, just colorism. There's racism, but colorism is a big thing as well.
But you can't share anything that you don't understand.
Yeah,
so it's really important that you self-educate. There are areas in England that don't have this many black people. And I'm sure there's a mixed race girl in that town who's looking at you thinking, you know what, I want to know my history. I want to know what do you know what I mean? So just keep doing what you're doing because it means the most.
What the girls on the march said really struck me. If I'm going to speak up on this, I need to educate myself.
If your name sounds British rather than African or Asian, you're more likely to get the job interview. It's as simple as that.
Just because I'm black, I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert on different types of racism or knowing what the solutions are.
Unconscious bias are unintentional, deeply ingrained, and we all have them.
The internet's been flooded with people educating each other and explaining different terminology.
That's why you have institutional racism.
Studying for an exam. This is just really new for me. Since I got put into the group, I feel like I've been in, not a cage for 9 years, but I haven't, as much as I've felt my experiences, I haven't actually explored any of this. Like, all I really know is my own experiences. So very proud of Leanne, and I know how much this hurt you then.
I cannot believe the response since posting my Insta video.
I feel you so much, here for you always.
One blast from the past who got in touch was the choreographer for our first Little Mix video. Frank Gatson, who was Beyonce's creative director, left a comment that's really touched me.
We were just in rehearsals and it was quite a militant way of working.
Nobody needs to help you but your
We were all so nervous. And he just turned to me and he just said, "You're the black girl, you're going to have to work 10 times harder."
I didn't really understand it at the time, but that comment 9 years ago has really stuck with me.
So I'm really intrigued to speak to Frank.
Hi!
I want to know what made him say that to me.
You haven't changed a bit. You look younger. I saw the comment that you left on my Instagram as well. Like, thank you for reaching out. I just want to know why you felt like you have to say I would have to work harder because I'm a black girl. What was you kind of thinking at the time? Like, why did you think it was so important to tell me like that?
I just saw myself. I saw the little brown girl sitting over there, you know, really nervous. Like, it's a white girl, you know, and I gotta make her know the secret. We gotta be the best. We gotta walk right. We gotta sing right. We gotta work right. We gotta, you know, the choreography better. We gotta do everything to be the best that we can be. Because for so many years, people always look at us as less. And so, therefore, here comes your big brother, your daddy, your uncle, whatever you want to call me. Let me go over here and hold her hand through this. And let me give her my speech that I gave Ashley Everett. You know, the speech that I gave in Gold. You know, you understand? We have to be the best that we can be. You know, because we're representing our race. Yeah, you know, I'm just curious. When I said what I said to you, what did you think at that moment, really?
If I'm completely honest, I thought it was a little bit rude because I didn't understand it, and I think I nervously laughed, like, huh? It's just crazy how it was so alien. Because I've never ever been told that. Like, my parents never ever said to me, "You're gonna need to work harder." Like, they never ever brought my race into it. I found out for myself because I wasn't prepared for what was going to happen after you said that. Today I'm back in the studio to record my parts for our 6th album. Keisha from the Sugar Babes just sent me a voice note.
Hey sis, I just want to say I'm super proud of you. You're an inspiration for your fans. You're an inspiration for me also.
I'm getting messages from others in the music industry every day, especially from fellow black women. I want people to see me for me and then make a judgment on that. Many of them have been speaking out as well. I want to hear their experiences face to face to help decide how I can use my platform in this fight. As well as Keisha from the Sugar Babes, I've invited Alexandra Burke, who also made an Insta video.
And I got told, right, you can't have braids, you can't have an afro, you can't have anything that basically is my identity.
R&B soul artist Neo.
I hadn't really seen someone that looked like me.
And singer-songwriter Ray, whose video of a black friend being refused entry to a restaurant went viral.
You let my white friend in, and you don't let my black friend in. Racist.
I just want to start by saying thank you so much for being here and hopefully being open and honest, talking about your experiences. Like, it's just amazing that we can all get into this room, and I feel like I'm in the presence of greatness just staying. But yeah, thank you for being here. I've been in my group for like 9 years, and for so long I thought, people would say to me, it's in your head, and I started to think, okay, maybe it is. So maybe I'll do whatever I can to improve my vocals, I'll make sure I speak more in interviews, do whatever I have to do to better myself, because whatever's going on now, it's not good enough. Right. So I need to be better. And then it still wasn't enough. Why do I feel like invisible? Why do I feel like the least favoured, the least desired? Like, I just want to know, like, is that racist, or like, is it in my head?
Well, it's obviously not. Some people don't realise that they are being racist, and I think that, like, people don't realise that they have, like, racist thoughts or ideas, but, like, they've been conditioned to be like, well, black isn't beautiful, or that person's not really, like, given much to this scenario, so I'm just going to ignore them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's unconscious. And for the most part, it's not intentional, it's just what we've all been taught. Racism is such a horrible word. Nobody wants to think they're racist. then it does take like, you know, people to kind of like look into themselves and just be like, actually, I have thought that, you know.
How do we play our part to change this? Like, sometimes you feel like you can't speak about these things.
It's very British though. We're taught not to talk about it. It's like it's such a taboo subject. People are afraid to admit that they've done something that is considered racism, and you may not have meant it, okay? Like, I know there's not all bad in people. I really believe that everyone's got good in them. Like, I remember when my mum used to take me to certain management companies, I won't name them now because they're still friends and that's all good and it's all love. But when I was 15, they told me and said, we've got one black person, we can't have another. And I got that a couple of times. And one thing that's like actually comes to my head right now is being told to bleach my skin. Being told that I'm too dark to be in the industry. I'm going cold talking about it because I really actually don't like talking about it. You need to bleach your skin because you won't sell any records. That's what's so fucked up about this industry, and that's what makes me feel at times where I go, I don't want to be in this industry. You know, they took my confidence away so much that I couldn't be me.
By the way, brown skin girls black girls can sell records. That's because it's been proven. They're kind of being brainwashed to think, no, this is what works. And it's like, oh, so we're just going to ignore Lauryn Hill or Mary J. Blige, or oh, we're just going to pretend that whole era didn't happen. No. We're all amazing, different shades. I wasn't planning to say this, but when I was about to exit the group through rape, I don't know if many people know, but I didn't actually leave. I was replaced while still being like in the band. And I remember being sat down and I was basically told, you know, this person feels bullied, that one there feels bullied, this one. And I was like, I was giving that one a foot massage legit like the day before. You know, if I had an opinion, you know, it was very much like, okay, you're being bullied. And that was the word. That whole situation changed the course of my life. It affected me emotionally, mentally, financially. I've had like confidence issues and just feeling like the whole time like I couldn't have an opinion in the workplace, and it's taken me years to recover, and I'm still in the process with therapy and things like that.
I think it's funny because you see an independent, strong black woman, all of a sudden you are an aggressive woman, you're overconfident, and nobody wants to talk to you. And I know so many women within this industry who are writers, producers, who do the same thing.
Do you feel like if I was dark skinned, I'd be in that mess?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you're right in the middle of pop music. You are in a as white as it gets environment. Like, because I visually don't look black, I can hide it. And I've been hiding it. Subconsciously, when people know me now and look up my songs now, I make dance music. But when I signed my record deal, I was an R&B artist. I used to make beats. I used to sing 4-part harmonies. I grew up in church.